The early 1950s were a transitional period for the American auto industry. With the post-war boom came a surge of optimism and creativity, but not all innovations were successful. During this time, automakers experimented with bold designs and unproven technologies, leading to some spectacular failures. Here are the 15 worst and dumbest American cars from 1950 to 1955, highlighting the models that missed the mark due to poor design, unreliable engineering, or misguided marketing.
Dear viewer, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your support.
Number 15. The 1958 Ford Thunderbird marked the beginning of the second generation of Ford's iconic model. After its successful debut as a sporty two-seater in 1955, the Thunderbird was reimagined as a larger four-seater luxury car. While this shift in direction helped the Thunderbird achieve commercial success, it came at the expense of its original appeal as a nimble, stylish sports car. The most significant change in the 1958 Thunderbird was its shift from a sleek, sporty two-seater to a bulkier four-seater, which radically altered its design and character. The new body was significantly larger and heavier, losing the lightweight, agile look that had attracted so many fans to the original Thunderbird. The result was a more imposing and less sporty aesthetic, while the Thunderbird's interior was upgraded to reflect a more luxurious experience, with features such as power windows and advanced instrumentation. The exterior design became more conservative and less striking, losing the sleekness that made the original model iconic. With the move to a larger, heavier platform, the Thunderbird's performance suffered significantly. The 1958 Thunderbird weighed over 4,000 pounds, making it more of a grand tourer than the agile sports car it was initially conceived to be. This additional weight negatively impacted acceleration, handling, and overall driving dynamics. The second-generation Thunderbird's handling was much less responsive than its predecessor. The car's size and weight made it less fun to drive, and it no longer appealed to drivers seeking a sporty, performance-oriented vehicle. The standard 300 horsepower, 352 cubic inch V8 engine provided decent power, but the car's increased weight dulled its performance, making it feel sluggish compared to other cars in its class. Many early Thunderbird enthusiasts were disappointed by the car's transformation. The original Thunderbird had built its reputation as a sporty, personal car, and the switch to a more luxurious, heavier four-seater felt like a betrayal to its core audience. The new Thunderbird was neither a true luxury car nor a sports car. While Ford was trying to compete with Cadillac and Chrysler in the personal luxury market, the Thunderbird's large, heavy design made it feel less luxurious than a Cadillac, but also less nimble than sports cars like the Corvette. Despite the criticism, the 1958 Thunderbird was a commercial hit. It became the first Thunderbird to offer a rear seat, which appealed to buyers looking for a car that combined performance and comfort for four passengers. Ford sold more than 37,000 Thunderbirds in 1958, more than tripling the previous year's sales. This success solidified Ford's decision to keep the Thunderbird in the personal luxury segment, even as it continued to lose its sporty appeal. The 1958 Thunderbird's shift toward luxury and comfort over performance foreshadowed a broader trend in the American auto industry, where personal luxury cars became increasingly popular throughout the 1960s and 1970s. Although the 1958 model was criticized for abandoning its roots, it played a key role in shaping the future of the Thunderbird as a luxury model. However, it also solidified the car's departure from the sporty, lightweight roadster that made it famous. The 1958 Ford Thunderbird was a pivotal model that marked the car's transition from a nimble two-seater sports car to a larger, more luxurious four-seater. While this shift led to commercial success, it alienated many of the Thunderbird's original fans. The heavy, bloated design and diminished performance turned the Thunderbird into a less exciting car to drive, forever changing the model's identity. Though the move paid off in terms of sales, it came at the expense of the Thunderbird's sporty origins. Number 14. The 1957 Plymouth Fury emerged as a stylish and eye-catching model during the golden age of American automobiles. Marketed as a performance-oriented vehicle with a distinctive design, The Fury was meant to capture the attention of buyers looking for a sporty and glamorous ride. However, despite its appealing looks, the Fury's early models faced significant reliability issues that tarnished its reputation. The 1957 Fury featured a striking design that included bold fins, a sleek profile, and vibrant color options. It stood out on the road and was marketed as a high-performance car, appealing to the era's aesthetic trends. With its chrome accents, distinctive front grille, and flashy tail fins, the Fury was visually captivating and represented the peak of mid-century automotive design. One of the most significant issues with the 1957 Plymouth Fury was its push-button automatic transmission, which was innovative for its time, but notoriously unreliable. Many owners reported problems with the transmission not engaging properly or failing altogether, leading to frustrating driving experiences. The push-button system, while futuristic, added complexity that made repairs difficult and expensive, contributing to the car's negative reputation for reliability. Beyond transmission issues, the Fury's early models were often plagued by a range of mechanical failures, including problems with the engine and electrical system. These reliability issues created a frustrating ownership experience, as drivers often found themselves dealing with frequent repairs and maintenance. As word spread about the mechanical troubles, potential buyers began to view the Fury as a less dependable option compared to its competitors, which further harmed its sales. The combination of attractive styling and poor reliability led to a decline in consumer confidence in the Fury. Buyers were hesitant to invest in a car that had a reputation for mechanical problems. Although initial sales were promising due to the car's looks and performance marketing, the reliability issues ultimately hurt the Fury's long-term sales and reputation. The early reliability issues of the 1957 Plymouth Fury influenced the brand's future design and engineering decisions. Plymouth worked to address these problems in subsequent models, but the Fury never fully regained its initial luster. As the automotive market evolved, Plymouth shifted its focus to improving quality and reliability, aiming to rebuild trust with consumers. While the 1957 Plymouth Fury was undoubtedly stylish and visually appealing, its early models suffered from significant mechanical issues, particularly with the push-button automatic transmission. These reliability problems overshadowed its design and performance, leading to frustration for owners and a tarnished reputation in the competitive automotive market. Ultimately, the Fury serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of reliability in the success of a vehicle, regardless of its aesthetic appeal. Number 13. The 1957 Ford Edsel is often cited as one of the most notorious failures in automotive history. Launched with great fanfare and anticipation, the Edsel was intended to be Ford's answer to the growing demand for innovative, stylish cars in the mid-1950s. However, it quickly became a symbol of overreach and miscalculation in the automotive industry. The most recognizable aspect of the Edsel was its distinctive horse-collar grille, which was met with widespread derision. The grille's unique shape was criticized for being unattractive, and many found it awkward and out of place. This led to a public perception that the car was ill-conceived and unattractive. While the Edsel tried to blend modern styling cues with traditional elements, the result was a confusing and often unappealing design. Many consumers found the overall look of the Edsel unappealing compared to competitors, which contributed to its poor reception in the market. The Edsel was launched with a significant marketing campaign that built high expectations for what the car would offer. The intense hype led consumers to expect a revolutionary vehicle, making its eventual shortcomings even more apparent and disappointing. The Edsel was marketed as a new kind of car aimed at a niche market, but its branding strategy failed to resonate with the target audience. The confusion over its positioning, straddling the line between luxury and mid-range, made it difficult for consumers to understand what the Edsel truly represented. Despite its ambitious design and marketing, the Edsel failed to deliver impressive performance. Buyers reported various mechanical problems, including transmission issues and engine reliability concerns, further damaging its reputation. The Edsel was supposed to introduce innovative features, such as the unique Teletouch automatic transmission, which ended up being more complex than beneficial. The complexities of these features made them cumbersome and unappealing to consumers, leading to frustration rather than excitement. The Edsel's combination of poor design, overhyped marketing, and underwhelming performance resulted in disastrous sales figures. Within a year of its launch, it became clear that the Edsel was not the success Ford had anticipated, leading to a rapid decline in consumer interest. By 1959, just 2 years after its launch, Ford discontinued the Edsel brand entirely due to its inability to compete in the automotive market. The Edsel remains an enduring symbol of failure in the automotive industry, representing a cautionary tale about the dangers of overhyping a product without delivering on promises. The fallout from the Edsel's failure led Ford to reevaluate its marketing strategies and product development processes in the years that followed. The 1957 Ford Edsel is remembered not just for its distinctive design and ambitious launch, but for its monumental failure to meet consumer expectations. Its infamous horse collar grille and the disconnect between marketing promises and actual performance led to its swift decline and discontinuation. The Edsel serves as a stark reminder of the importance of aligning product design with consumer desires and the perils of misjudging the market. Number 12. The 1951 Kaiser Fraser. Henry J was an early attempt at producing an affordable compact car in the post-war American market. However, it quickly gained a reputation for being subpar in terms of quality, performance, and overall design. The Henry J's design featured awkward proportions that failed to resonate with consumers. Unappealing aesthetics. Its boxy shape and disproportionate features made it visually unappealing compared to more stylish competitors. As a budget vehicle, it lacked many of the features and refinements that buyers had come to expect, further diminishing its appeal. The build quality of the Henry J was notably lacking, with reports of flimsy materials and inadequate assembly. Many owners experienced problems with rust and mechanical failures, which contributed to its reputation as a cheaply made car. Quality control issues resulted in inconsistencies from one vehicle to another, leaving buyers frustrated with their purchases. The Henry J came equipped with a modest 4-cylinder engine that provided lackluster performance. Its underpowered engine struggled to deliver satisfactory acceleration and handling, making it feel sluggish compared to rivals. The driving experience was uninspiring, with reports of poor handling and discomfort, which turned off many potential buyers. The Henry J was marketed as an affordable option for budget-conscious consumers, but its overall lack of quality and performance made it hard to justify even its low price. As competition in the budget segment grew, cars like the Chevrolet 150 and Ford Mainline offered better styling and performance, overshadowing the Henry J. The Henry J did not introduce any notable innovations or features that would set it apart from other compact cars in the market. The Henry J was produced for only a few years, with sales dwindling rapidly as consumers opted for more reliable and appealing alternatives. It remains a footnote in automotive history, often cited as an example of poor design and marketing in the early 1950s. The 1951 Kaiser Fraser Henry J is remembered as a budget car that fell short of expectations. Its awkward design, poor build quality, and underwhelming performance made it an uninspiring choice for consumers seeking an affordable vehicle. Ultimately, it serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of quality and design in the automotive market, particularly for budget-conscious buyers. Number 11. The 1954 Packard Pacific represented an ambitious attempt by Packard to capture a portion of the luxury automobile market in the post-war era. However, it ultimately fell short of expectations and contributed to the brand's decline. The Pacific's design was characterized by its large proportions, which many critics deemed excessive. Unlike previous Packard models that showcased elegance and refinement, the Pacific's bulkiness was seen as clumsy and unrefined. The car's styling lacked the sophisticated details that were expected from a luxury vehicle, making it visually unappealing to potential buyers. The overall design did not resonate with the luxury market, further distancing it from the brand's prestigious image. The Pacific struggled with underwhelming performance, primarily due to its lack of a robust engine option. Buyers expected a powerful and luxurious driving experience, but the Pacific's performance was disappointing, failing to compete with rivals in the luxury segment. Many owners reported issues with the construction and materials used in the Pacific, leading to concerns about its longevity and reliability. In an effort to save costs, Packard compromised on build quality, which tarnished the car's reputation among luxury buyers. Despite being marketed as a luxury vehicle, the Pacific was unable to attract discerning customers who were drawn to competitors that offered better performance and aesthetics. The failure to resonate with luxury buyers led to disappointing sales figures, exacerbating Packard's financial struggles. The lack of success with the Pacific further damaged Packard's reputation as a prestigious luxury brand, pushing it closer to its decline. The Pacific's lackluster performance and poor reception played a significant role in Packard's overall decline during the 1950s. By the end of the decade, Packard would cease production entirely, marking the end of a storied American luxury brand. The 1954 Packard Pacific was a significant misstep for a brand that once epitomized American luxury. Its oversized design, underwhelming performance, and poor build quality failed to capture the luxury market it aimed for. Instead of reinforcing Packard's prestigious legacy, the Pacific contributed to the brand's decline, serving as a reminder of the challenges faced by automakers in a rapidly changing industry. Number 10. The 1950 Studebaker Champion was introduced as a groundbreaking model with a distinctive design, but it ultimately fell short in the eyes of consumers who sought more performance and refinement. The Champion featured a controversial bullet-nose front end that was intended to be innovative, but instead turned many potential buyers off. While some praised its uniqueness, the overall aesthetic was seen as awkward and unattractive, failing to resonate with mainstream tastes. The unconventional styling, while distinctive, did not cater to the conservative preferences of many American car buyers in the early 1950s. As automotive design trends evolved, the Champion's appearance began to feel outdated quickly. The Champion was equipped with a modest inline-six engine that offered little in terms of horsepower and acceleration. Compared to competitors that provided more powerful engine options, the Champion struggled to meet the expectations of buyers seeking a dynamic driving experience. While it featured a smooth ride, the handling was not as refined as expected, making it less enjoyable to drive than rival models. In a time when consumers were looking for more exciting and powerful vehicles, the Champion's design and performance did not align with market demand. As a result, the Champion struggled to maintain strong sales figures, especially against more popular models from brands like Chevrolet and Ford. Although the Studebaker Champion was innovative for its time, it became overshadowed by better performing and more visually appealing vehicles in the following years. Studebaker's decline. The mixed reception of the Champion was indicative of broader struggles within the Studebaker brand, which ultimately led to its decline in the automotive market. The 1950 Studebaker Champion showcased an attempt at innovation in automotive design, but its awkward bullet-nose styling, lack of power, and subpar handling hindered its success. While it initially drew attention for its unique look, it ultimately failed to deliver the performance and refinement that consumers desired in the early 50s, contributing to the challenges faced by Studebaker in a competitive automotive landscape. Number 9. The 1957 Dodge Custom Royal Lancer was designed to stand out in a crowded market with its bold styling, but it ultimately proved to be more flash than functionality, failing to deliver on performance and quality. The Lancer featured an eye-catching design characterized by large tail fins and abundant chrome accents. While some consumers appreciated the flamboyant look, many found it excessively ostentatious, making the car appear more like a showpiece than a practical vehicle. The overall design led to a bulky appearance that was less aerodynamic and more cumbersome than competitors. The extravagant elements did not mesh well with the car's proportions, making it visually unappealing to those who favored a more balanced design. The Dodge Custom Royal Lancer was equipped with engines that struggled to provide adequate power for such a large vehicle. This lack of power resulted in sluggish performance, making it difficult for the car to compete with more spirited models from other manufacturers. The weight and design of the Lancer contributed to mediocre handling dynamics. Many drivers found the Lancer to be less enjoyable to drive due to its bulky nature and slow responsiveness. The Lancer was known for lacking the build quality expected from a Dodge, with many owners reporting issues shortly after purchase. Frequent reliability concerns led to a tarnished reputation for the model, making it less appealing in the long run. The extravagant styling and poor performance of the Lancer made it less appealing to consumers who were beginning to seek practicality and reliability in their vehicles. As the automotive market evolved, the Lancer's combination of style over substance failed to resonate with buyers, leading to disappointing sales figures. Although the Dodge Custom Royal Lancer is remembered for its eye-catching design, it ultimately represents a trend of over-styled cars from the late 1950s that lack the necessary performance and reliability. The Lancer's shortcomings reflect a broader shift in consumer preferences toward more practical and well-built vehicles in the following decades. The 1957 Dodge Custom Royal Lancer aimed to capture attention with its extravagant styling and chrome-laden design, but it fell short in critical areas such as performance, build quality, and overall driving experience. While it may have initially dazzled onlookers, the Lancer quickly became known as a flashy vehicle lacking substance, ultimately diminishing its appeal in the competitive automotive market of the late 1950s. Number 8. The 1958 Chevrolet Yman was a station wagon that aimed to provide practicality, but it ultimately failed to capture the attention of consumers with its uninspired design and performance. The Yman was notable for its lack of distinctive styling. Unlike its contemporaries, which often showcased vibrant designs and flashy details, the Yman presented a rather bland and utilitarian look. Its overall design was considered lackluster, contributing to its perception as a forgettable option in the station wagon market. While it fulfilled the role of a family vehicle, the emphasis on practicality came at the cost of style, making it less appealing to buyers looking for a visually attractive car. The Yman was equipped with modest engine options that did not deliver the performance expected from a Chevrolet vehicle during this era. Many drivers found it to be underpowered, which detracted from the driving experience, especially when compared to more dynamic models in Chevrolet's lineup. Reports of quality control issues and subpar construction added to the Yman's unappealing nature, leading to reliability concerns for owners. In a competitive market filled with stylish and powerful station wagons, the Yman struggled to differentiate itself. Its plain nature meant that it was quickly overshadowed by more exciting alternatives from both Chevrolet and rival brands. The Yman failed to establish a strong presence in the automotive landscape and is often remembered as a footnote in Chevrolet's history. The Chevrolet Yman is often seen as a missed opportunity, with its utilitarian approach failing to resonate with consumers who valued both functionality and style. Its lack of appeal contributed to a brief production run and a swift exit from the market. The 1958 Chevrolet Yman exemplified the struggles of balancing utility and style in a competitive automotive environment. Its plain design, lackluster performance, and poor build quality rendered it forgettable, making it an example of how even established brands can falter when they fail to innovate and excite in the face of consumer expectations. Number 7. The 1953 Willys Arrow was an attempt by Willys Overland to enter the compact car market, but it struggled to make a significant impact due to its lack of refinement and performance, ultimately becoming overshadowed by more advanced competitors. The Arrow's design was relatively unremarkable. It featured conservative styling that failed to excite buyers in an era when car aesthetics were becoming increasingly bold and innovative. Unlike more dynamic designs from competitors, the Arrow's bland exterior did not capture the imagination of consumers, making it less desirable on showroom floors. One of the major drawbacks of the Arrow was its lack of power. The engine options available were insufficient to provide a satisfying driving experience, especially when compared to the more robust offerings from rival manufacturers. Many drivers reported that the Arrow felt sluggish and unresponsive, which detracted from the enjoyment of driving. The car's handling dynamics did not inspire confidence, leading to a perception of it being outdated and less capable than its contemporaries. The Arrow was introduced at a time when American consumers favored larger sedans with powerful engines and luxurious features. The compact Arrow struggled to attract buyers seeking these qualities. As larger, more refined models began to dominate sales, the Arrow quickly became overshadowed and lost in a sea of more appealing options. The Arrow failed to resonate with consumers, who often viewed it as a less sophisticated option. Its lack of exciting features and performance made it an easy choice to overlook in favor of more advanced vehicles. Poor sales figures reflected its inability to compete effectively within a rapidly evolving automotive market. The Willys Arrow's production run was brief, and it is often remembered as a missed opportunity in the compact car segment. Today, the Arrow is largely forgotten in automotive history, representing an era when manufacturers were still learning to adapt to consumer preferences for performance and style. The 1953 Willys Arrow exemplified the challenges faced by manufacturers entering the compact car market without the necessary power, refinement, or distinctive styling. Its dull design, lack of performance, and inability to compete with larger sedans ultimately led to its quick overshadowing by more advanced models, cementing its status as a forgettable entry in automotive history. Number 6. The 1957 Hudson Hornet marked a significant decline for a car that had once been a symbol of performance and innovation in the early 1950s. By this time, the Hornet was struggling to keep pace with the evolving automotive landscape, ultimately failing to attract buyers in a market that increasingly favored style and power. The styling of the 1957 Hornet was seen as a relic of earlier years, failing to evolve with contemporary trends. Its bulky appearance and lack of modern design elements made it less appealing to consumers. As rivals introduced sleeker and more dynamic designs, the Hornet's traditional looks seemed stale and uninspiring. The once mighty Hudson Hornet had built its reputation on performance, but by 1957, the engines available were underpowered, failing to deliver the exhilarating driving experience that had previously defined the model. The Hornet struggled to compete with the more powerful engines offered by competitors, leading to disappointing acceleration and overall performance. The handling characteristics of the Hornet also suffered, making it less enjoyable to drive compared to more modern and nimble vehicles. The Hornet's inability to match the performance and styling of newer models meant it struggled to maintain relevance in the marketplace. Consumers were increasingly drawn to competitors that offered better features, aesthetics, and driving experiences. As consumer preferences shifted, sales of the Hornet dwindled, reflecting its inability to attract a loyal customer base. Buyers who had previously admired the Hornet were disappointed by its lack of innovation and power in 1957. The combination of dated design and underwhelming performance led to a negative perception among former fans. The decline in performance and styling contributed to a loss of enthusiasm for the Hornet brand, affecting its legacy. The 1957 Hudson Hornet is often viewed as a symbol of the decline of Hudson Motor Car Company, which was unable to adapt to the changing automotive landscape. The Hornet's fate foreshadowed Hudson's eventual exit from the market, making it a poignant reminder of a once great brand's fall from grace. The 1957 Hudson Hornet represents a significant low point for a model that was once celebrated for its performance and innovation. With outdated styling, underpowered engines, and an inability to compete with more modern designs, the Hornet struggled to maintain its status in the automotive market. Ultimately, it became a symbol of the decline of Hudson, reflecting the brand's challenges in an increasingly competitive landscape. Number 5. The 1958 Mercury Turnpike Cruiser aimed to make a bold statement in the full-size car segment, but ultimately became a cautionary tale of overcomplication and design missteps. While it featured innovative ideas and a luxurious feel, its execution left much to be desired, leading to disappointing sales and a tarnished reputation. One of the standout features of the Turnpike Cruiser was its breezeway rear window, designed to enhance airflow and visibility. However, this feature proved to be more of a gimmick than a practical addition. The window's complex mechanism often led to issues, and many buyers found it unnecessary. The intricate design and additional parts made the car more prone to mechanical failures, complicating maintenance and repair. The excessive chrome detailing, intended to convey luxury, often came off as gaudy and overdone. This abundance of shiny trim detracted from the car's overall aesthetic appeal and contributed to a perception of excess rather than sophistication. Many critics felt that the heavy use of chrome created a cluttered look, making the Turnpike Cruiser visually overwhelming rather than elegant. The Turnpike Cruiser struggled in the marketplace, largely due to its unconventional design and features that didn't resonate with buyers. Consumers were increasingly favoring cleaner, more streamlined designs and reliable performance. The combination of impractical design elements and a less than exciting driving experience meant that potential buyers often turned to competitors that offered more straightforward, reliable options. Despite its luxurious appearance, the Turnpike Cruiser did not deliver the performance buyers expected from a full-size Mercury. Many found its handling to be cumbersome and its engine options underwhelming. The emphasis on flashy design and gimmicky features came at the expense of a comfortable and engaging driving experience. Initial excitement around the Turnpike Cruiser quickly faded as consumers experienced its quirks firsthand. Reviews pointed out the impracticality of its design, which made it difficult to justify its high price tag. The car's odd design and poor functionality led to a lack of lasting consumer interest, resulting in the Turnpike Cruiser becoming a largely forgotten model in automotive history. The 1958 Mercury Turnpike Cruiser stands as a cautionary example of how excessive features and complex designs can backfire in the automotive market. It reflects a broader trend of the time where manufacturers sought to innovate, but often missed the mark in terms of consumer practicality. The Turnpike Cruiser's failure contributed to a shift in Mercury's strategy, leading them to focus more on reliability and performance in subsequent models. The 1958 Mercury Turnpike Cruiser exemplifies how ambition in automotive design can sometimes lead to missteps. With its excessive complexity, impractical features, and poor market reception, the Turnpike Cruiser ultimately failed to deliver on the promise of luxury and innovation, marking a low point for the Mercury brand. Its legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of balancing style and functionality in car design. Number 4. The 1953 Kaiser Dragon was an ambitious attempt by Kaiser Fraser to enter the luxury car market, but it ultimately fell short of expectations. With its ostentatious design and numerous shortcomings, the Dragon is often remembered as a misguided effort that highlighted the challenges facing automakers during this era. The Dragon featured bold, flashy aesthetics that included extravagant colors and elaborate trim. While intended to appeal to luxury buyers, the design came off as gaudy, alienating more discerning consumers. The combination of bright paint options, intricate patterns, and excessive chrome led to a visual clutter that made the car feel less refined and more like a caricature of luxury. Despite its luxury branding, the Kaiser Dragon lacked many of the features expected in a premium vehicle. The interior materials were not up to par with competitors, and many luxury amenities were absent. Buyers anticipated a higher level of comfort and technology, but instead found a car that felt more like a standard model, with flashy gimmicks rather than a true luxury experience. The Dragon was plagued by reliability problems, including engine issues and electrical failures. Many owners experienced frequent breakdowns, which severely tarnished the car's reputation. The rushed production process and lack of stringent quality control contributed to these mechanical shortcomings, making the Dragon a frustrating ownership experience for many. While designed to compete with more established luxury brands, the Kaiser Dragon's engine performance was disappointing. It lacked the power and responsiveness that buyers expected in a luxury vehicle. Many found the Dragon's handling to be awkward and less engaging, further detracting from the driving experience. The Dragon was released during a time when American consumers had high expectations for luxury cars, with established brands like Cadillac and Lincoln setting the standard. The Kaiser Dragon's failure to meet these expectations resulted in poor sales and limited market appeal. The lack of consumer interest led to a very short production run, and it was ultimately discontinued after only 1 year, further solidifying its status as a failure in the luxury segment. Critics and consumers alike panned the Dragon for its lack of true luxury and over-the-top styling. The disconnect between its ambitious marketing and actual performance led to widespread disappointment. Many viewed the Dragon as a fleeting fad rather than a serious competitor in the luxury market, contributing to its quick decline in popularity. The 1953 Kaiser Dragon serves as a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of misreading market desires and overemphasizing style at the expense of substance. Its failures highlight the importance of delivering genuine quality and reliability in luxury vehicles. The disappointment of the Dragon further weakened the already struggling Kaiser Fraser brand, leading to its eventual decline in the automotive market. The 1953 Kaiser Dragon stands as a striking example of how ambitious design and branding can falter without the foundation of quality engineering and genuine luxury features. Its gaudy appearance, poor reliability, and lack of true luxury made it a vehicle that failed to resonate with buyers, ultimately marking a low point for Kaiser Fraser in the competitive automotive landscape of the early 1950s. Number 3, the 1956 DeSoto Firedome aimed to be a stylish and luxurious vehicle, but it ultimately fell short due to its heavy construction, underwhelming performance, and extravagant design choices that failed to resonate with consumers. As one of the final models produced by the DeSoto brand, the Firedome exemplified the struggles of a manufacturer in decline. The Firedome sported an aggressive, flashy design featuring bold chrome accents and exaggerated fins. While intended to create a sense of excitement and luxury, the design came off as excessive and cluttered. The heavy use of chrome and bulky body construction contributed to the car's overall weight, which impacted performance and fuel efficiency. The Firedome was equipped with an engine that many found to be underpowered, especially given the expectations for performance in a car of its class. The V8 engine struggled to deliver the necessary power, resulting in sluggish acceleration and an overall lack of excitement behind the wheel. Coupled with its heavy weight, the underwhelming engine performance led to uninspiring handling, making the Firedome less appealing to those looking for a dynamic driving experience. By the mid-1950s, the DeSoto brand was losing market share to competitors that offered more modern designs and better performance. The Firedome's outdated styling and performance issues made it less attractive to potential buyers. As DeSoto struggled to compete in an increasingly crowded market, the Firedome was seen as a relic of a bygone era, failing to capture the interest of younger consumers looking for innovation and excitement. The Firedome represented one of the last attempts by DeSoto to assert itself in the automotive market before the brand was ultimately discontinued in 1960. The car's shortcomings highlighted the challenges the brand faced in 1960 staying relevant. Released during a period when American consumers were gravitating toward more compact and efficient vehicles, the Firedome's size and performance profile felt out of step with market trends. While some buyers appreciated the flashy styling and luxury features, many others criticized the Firedome for its heavy feel and lack of responsiveness. The overall consensus was that it failed to deliver on the promises of performance and excitement that were often associated with flashy designs. Sales figures reflected the car's mixed reception, contributing to DeSoto's struggles in the late 1950s. The 1956 DeSoto Firedome has since become a symbol of the decline of the DeSoto brand. Its heavy, underpowered nature and over-the-top design choices encapsulated the challenges that many manufacturers faced during a time of rapid change in the automotive industry. The Firedome's failure serves as a reminder of the importance of balancing design with performance and consumer preferences, especially during an era when American car buyers were becoming more discerning. The 1956 DeSoto Firedome aimed to combine luxury and style, but ended up being a heavy, underpowered vehicle that struggled to meet the expectations of the market. Its excessive design and lack of performance made it less appealing, marking a disappointing chapter in the history of the DeSoto brand as it faced inevitable decline. Number 2, the 1954 Nash Rambler was an early entry in the compact car market, aiming to provide a practical and economical solution for American drivers. However, its boxy design and lackluster performance led to a lukewarm reception from consumers who were looking for more excitement and innovation in their vehicles during the mid-1950s. The Rambler featured a boxy utilitarian shape that many considered unattractive. While it was designed to maximize interior space, the result was a car that lacked the sleekness and flair that competitors offered. In an era when many manufacturers were embracing bold, curvy designs and vibrant styling, the Rambler's conservative aesthetics made it blend into the background rather than stand out. The Rambler was equipped with modest engine choices that failed to excite drivers. Its performance was often described as sluggish, leaving enthusiasts disappointed when compared to the more powerful offerings from other manufacturers. Coupled with its underpowered engine, the Rambler's handling was uninspired, making it a less enjoyable vehicle to drive. The lack of responsiveness did not appeal to buyers looking for a dynamic driving experience. As the compact car segment began to grow, the Rambler found itself competing against more stylish and better-performing models from other brands. Cars like the Chevrolet Bel Air and Ford Fairlane captured the attention of consumers with their exciting designs and powerful engines, leaving the Rambler struggling to find its niche. While the Rambler aimed to appeal to budget-conscious buyers, its failure to incorporate modern features or performance enhancements made it feel outdated compared to emerging competitors. The 1954 Nash Rambler was met with mixed reviews from consumers. While some appreciated its compact size and economical focus, the overall reception was largely lukewarm. Many found it uninspiring in both design and performance. The Rambler's sales reflected its lack of appeal, as it failed to gain significant traction in a market that was increasingly favoring more powerful and stylish vehicles. Despite its shortcomings, the Rambler played a role in the evolution of compact cars in America. It paved the way for future models that would better understand consumer preferences for performance and design. The Rambler's struggles highlighted the importance of balancing practicality with style and performance, which would be crucial for manufacturers entering the compact car segment in the years to come. The 1954 Nash Rambler aimed to establish itself as an early compact car, but ultimately failed to capture consumer interest due to its awkward styling and underwhelming performance. While it served a purpose in the market, it didn't provide the excitement or power that buyers were increasingly seeking in their vehicles, leading to its obscurity in automotive history. The 1955 Chevrolet 210 was positioned as a mid-range option within Chevrolet's lineup, sitting between the entry-level 150 and the more glamorous Bel Air. However, its lack of distinctive features and appeal made it a forgettable choice in a year marked by excitement and innovation in automotive design. The 210 featured a conservative design that failed to stand out. Unlike the striking lines and chrome accents of the Bel Air, the 210's styling was mundane, lacking the flair that could attract attention on the road. While the 150 was designed for budget-conscious buyers and the Bel Air boasted luxury and style, the 210 simply did not offer anything compelling. This made it easy for potential buyers to overlook in favor of either extreme. The engine choices for the 210 were uninspiring compared to its competitors. Although it offered reliable performance, it lacked the excitement and power that many consumers craved during the mid-1950s. The 210 did not include many of the desirable features that were becoming standard in cars of that era, further contributing to its perception as a basic, lackluster option. Positioned between the budget-friendly 150 and the upscale Bel Air, the 210 struggled to carve out its own identity. Buyers often felt that if they were going to spend more for a car, they might as well opt for the more attractive and feature-rich Bel Air. This positioning left the 210 without a clear target audience. Many consumers gravitated toward either the economic appeal of the 150 or the prestige of the Bel Air, leaving the 210 in a lurch. The 1955 Chevrolet 210 received a tepid response from consumers. While some appreciated its practicality, the overall sentiment leaned toward indifference, as many found it unremarkable compared to the more visually striking and powerful options available. The lack of excitement translated into poor sales relative to its counterparts, with many potential buyers opting for the more appealing options in Chevrolet's lineup. The 210 is often overshadowed by its more glamorous siblings in the Chevrolet lineup. It has not achieved the same level of recognition or collector interest, primarily due to its forgettable nature. The 210's experience serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of creating a distinct identity for a model, especially when positioned in a competitive lineup. The 1955 Chevrolet 210 was a middle-of-the-road model that failed to capture the imagination of buyers during a time when style and performance were on the rise. Its dull design and lackluster features made it easy to forget in favor of the more exciting 150 and Bel Air, ultimately relegating the 210 to an unremarkable place in automotive history.